Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the show. This is Jenga Jeru. Now, today we have the Matchmaker show. And you understand the protocol here that any other time we have a man on board, the man must be looking for a woman. In the same way, when we have a woman on board, that woman must be looking for a man. But because today we have a man, I will tell you the kind of woman he is looking for. But before then, if you're watching us for the first time, this is the Matchmaker show. We help men and women to get matches. The moment they get the right ones, they meet their destinies. So you're not lost even with the show. Kindly subscribe, like the video, and don't forget to leave a comment. I always post the contacts of our guests on my Facebook page at Jenga Njero, so you can check on the stories before they expire. The reason I keep on encouraging you to subscribe to our YouTube channel and to enable the notification bell is so that any other time I release a new video, YouTube automatically notifies you. The moment you're notified, you can go there on YouTube, on Facebook, Jenga Njero Facebook page. Then you pick the number, the email, and you can contact the guest at your own convenient time, regardless of whether the number expires in 24 hours or not. Now, our guest on today's show is a Muslim. Unajua, nimekuja kugundua kuna tofauti ya Waislamu na Woria, na pengine wengine wetu hawajui kutofautisha, na ni kama vile Islam is a religion and Muslim is like a race. You know, when we say that we are Africans, not all Africans are Christians. In the same way, not all Muslims are from the Islamic religion. Our guest on today's show is a Muslim man who is not a devoted man in the Islamic religion. These are his words. The reason I'm not bringing him on the show is because he's a prominent businessman in Italy. Watu ambao na nimegundua nimeleta watu kadhaa hapa kwa show, watu ambao ni watu wa Italy. Nimeleta watu ambao wanafanya kazi biashara. Si mumeona nimeleta watu wengi sana wa biashara za nguo. Watu wanamjua because he is in this mall, he is in that mall. He is given into the business of jewelry and clothes, new clothes, okay? So watu ambao wanaendeanga nguo pale Garissa, watu ambao mmekuwa pale Garissa iko Isili. Garissa sio Garissa County, Garissa ya Isili. Watu ambao wako pale ukiteremka Garissa on the other end, na hii mall iko the other side, inaitwa Gate ama inaitwa nani? There is another mall iko hapo. Nimeona kuna watu kadhaa kutoka kwa hii show yetu wanamjua na wanamtambua. Hata watu ambao nimeleta customers wake amewatambua na amejua hapa ni nyumbani. And our guest on today's show is 54 years old. He's a Muslim man, and he's not shying from the fact that he is a wealthy man. He was asking me, we were debating this, that why are you insisting that to emphasize you are a wealthy man? Because I want to attract a certain people. Those were his words. In most cases, when tunasemanga wacha tuongee ukweli, na nimegundua ya kwamba when somebody doesn't have anything, hata kama hana kazi, anakujanga hapa anasema na saa hii sina kazi lakini natafuta, ama nilisimamishwa kazi nafanya hii kazi. Anasema kama watu wanaweza sema hawana kazi, mbona nisiseme mimi niko na pesa? You get the point? Why should I hide? If I cannot hide, if I hide my poverty and then ukuje ujue, then you'll be like, this guy lied. He is not what he said he is. He is broke. He doesn't have a job. That's why we say the buck starts and stops with the man. And the question features prominently on the show. What do you do for a living? So this question will follow. A 54-year-old man, what do you do for a living? The man is in business. He owns shops and he is doing business both in jewelry. His origin is Somalia, Mogadishu, if you know the capital. I was looking, I told you, I have said time and again, I am a fan of international politics and international news. I'll be watching Fast Sport, WION, Al Jazeera, CNN, BBC. I'm not saying I don't consume internal media, but I really love international politics. I want to know what is happening in the United States, in Russia. I want to know what is happening in Ukraine, in Israel-Palestine border. I want to know what is happening with the Jews. I am a student of history. I love history. And for those of you who've been studying the geopolitical influence of the region of Somalia, you've noted that even the documentaries that have been done, Somalia is sometimes not very stable in terms of peace, and stability. So it is not very conducive for business. And most businessmen have left Somalia for Kenya. They have left Somalia for other parts of Africa. East African region is full of Somalis. They are everywhere. In Nairobi, wameja Isili, wameja. I was in Isiolo the other day, and we have so many of them. So many of them. And it's a good thing. Kenya is peaceful. Kenya is stable. So his origin is, of course, Somalia. You could be asking, why is a wealthy man single, and why is he looking for a match? Abdi is his name, and Shugli is his second name, Abdi Shugli. And Abdi credits the wealth he has to an African woman. An African woman in the sense that the woman was a Kenyan, and precisely a Kikuyu. Anasema kama kuna mtu alifungua macho yake ya biashara ni huyo mwanadada. You see these people who tell you, I went to the United States with an economy ticket, with nothing apart from $200 in my pocket, and now I own a chain of hotels. His story is similar to this, because he came to Kenya and his business ilikuwa ya kuuza miraa. They shifted in Somalia, from Somalia to Kenya in the year 1997. Walipokuja hapa, so yeye ni mtu ya Mugoka pale stage. Si umeona Woria wanaweka ndevu mrefu hivi, alafu zinapigwa dye. Zinawekwa dye ya is it brown? Is it brown? Yeah, brown. Inakaa brown. Alafu ako na Mugoka. Ni Mugoka hiyo ama ni Mera? I don't know. So he was in that business, and then there's this woman wanafanya kazi, then the woman is selling. Wakapata urafiki, and then this woman was very given. She was very ambitious, given to the business, did her business very well. And then huyo mama, sitaki kumtaja jina because she's a prominent woman in this country, that woman became a politician. And she became a politician. She's currently not serving as a politician. She's aliangushwa after serving for like 3 terms. Walimuangusha, and the woman was very prominent. Alianza na kiti ya councillor. Unaona hii Kajura, mlikuwa mnasema sasa the current with devolution. In 2010 Kenya inaugurated another constitution. We call it the 2010 constitution under the late President Moi Kibaki III. So in that constitution, the IEBC, the Independent Elections and Electoral and Boundaries Commission, is responsible for the demarcation of counties. We moved from the then provinces. We had the Rift Valley province, the Nyanza province, the Eastern province, the Western province, the Nyanza, all these, the coast provinces. Every province was subdivided into counties. That is why you will find a county, province, a former province like Coast will have counties like Lamu is a county, Tana River is a county, Mombasa is a county. Do you understand? So after the 2010 constitution, then we had devolution. What is devolution? Devolution is sharing of power from the national government to the county government. It is the transfer of government resources, government power, the transfer, the share of power from the national government to the county government. It is the same form of government that we have in the United States. In the United States of America, we have a federal government in Washington, D.C. This is where the White House is. We have now, this is now in Kenya, we call it the national government. And then there's the transfer of power from that national government, now in the US called federal government, to the state governments. You find there's Chicago, Washington, D.C., we have other counties like California, New York. We have so many of them. You can mention them. Miami, all those states are like counties in Kenya. So before the 2010 constitution, that madam was a councillor. Akakuwa councillor, akaenda hivyo, and akapata tu nini, sasa ako na jina na she's given into business. So how come now the man is single? The man is single because according to the Muslim culture, a woman cannot dominate a man. If you are coming from a region where the man is known to be the head of everything, including the political arena, including the family structure, if a woman becomes overly ambitious, you're just parting ways. Mtaachana tu. So that's what happened. And he's a generous man because he told her, you know what, I think my path, your path can't work. And because it can't work, now we have to part ways. In fact, they did a legal divorce. You know, I am fond of saying there is a difference between a casual separation and an official divorce. When we're having a casual separation, this is where people tell each other, go your way, let me go mine. If things don't work, well and good. If they work, maybe, maybe not. We can meet some other time, we can have coffee. But in a legal divorce, there are papers that are legally signed. So and so is no longer husband to so and the converse is true. So that person is legally allowed to get married. If they are not having child custody, if they are not sharing custody, then the both of them can move on with their lives without interfering whatsoever. Do you understand the point? Yes. Now, Abdi Shugli is legally divorced. He has the papers, and people who have legal divorces will work with those papers as PDF proof that they are actually ready to mingle. This divorce has been for the longest time, and sometimes I hope that you are working on your vision. Ladies and gentlemen, if you are working on your vision, you understand that sometimes family can be very demanding, and if you have not already established yourself in family, then it becomes a tall order to run the two simultaneously. So he said he wants to what do I call it? He wants to focus, not to have divided attention. He wants to focus, and the moment he focuses, then he can establish a business. Now the businesses are running independently. There is passive income. He has now franchised the business. He has ensured that the business can run without his interference. He is telling me he was in Paris the other day. Paris is the capital of France. You know the Eiffel Tower. Unakumbuka time yenye rais wetu alikuwa amepeana a very nice speech. Our president, His Excellency Dr. William Ruto, was giving a very nice speech in the Tower of Eiffel. He was there, but he had not gone to cheer the president. He had gone there for business. He was in Dubai the other day, and business can't stand. There is no standstill in business, because when the business is on an exponential level, every business has a graph. Inaenda. Kuna mahali inafikanga, you put mechanisms in place where their operations, employees, people can manage the business. There are systems that can run the business, and their the management structure enables you to work even from home. The business can run without your interference at your level. So he wants a woman. Does he have kids? Yes. They had two. Happened to have two girls with the madam. Na madam alikuwa mtu ya influence. Alienda na akaolewa. Akaenda na wasichana wake wawili wa damu ya Woria. Na sasa yeye anasema sasa hataishi hivyo. A 54-year-old man looking for this woman who is of course young to a point that she can get kids, and she can be maybe capable of getting two. Na kuna kitu moja ameniambia, mimi sijui kama inawezekana. Ana insist huyo msichana ikiwezekana akuwe bikira. Mimi sijui kama kuna bikira wa 30 kwenda juu ambaye ako tayari kuolewa na mtu ambaye pengine ndoa yake ilisambaratika na alikuwa na watoto. Anasema akipata bikira ni virgin, akipata virgin the better. Lakini kama sio bikira ni sawa. Lakini yeye watoto hana shida sana, kwa sababu I have noticed with a lot of attention that most people who reject kids don't reject kids because of anything else, because sometimes it is not easy to raise kids when you don't have enough capital. For example, if you get married, and that's what I advise people, just stick to your lane. If you cannot be able to somesha watoto wa mtu, usimchukue. Kama yeye hako willing, unajua sometimes when you get married, you share burdens together, you share happiness together. So everything you mix, the good ones, the not so good, so you mix them. I don't want to call them the bad ones. Nothing is bad in as much as responsibility is concerned. But you share the good times and the not so good times. You can always share. and huyo anasema hana shida, but kama mtu atakuja na watoto basi pia awe tayari kupata watoto wa abdi shughuli, na si lazima ukuwe Muislamu, pia si lazima ukuwe Mkristo, pia si lazima ukuwe wa dini yoyote, because he is not so much devoted. Unaona ile devoted, like namuuliza, wakati wanafunga Ramadhani unafunga? Sifungi. Wakati wanaenda maombi, maombi mimi naenda maombi mimi, na Friday unaenda msikiti, naenda vizuri, lakini sio kila siku, sio kila Ijumaa. Na so I am not an ardent for the same way we have Christians who are, do I use the word lukewarm? Maybe like not 100% committed. That's the word, if I may use it. And he's looking for that woman who is between the ages of 25 and 35. But if the person can get kids at 40, well and good, he is willing. And this woman should not exceed 2 kids. The woman should not exceed 2 kids. Na wasikuwe watoto ambao ni tena wakubwa sana. Unajua there is a way when you bring already watoto ambao ni wakubwa sana, wamemaliza shule, kuwatune around inakuwa ngumu. These are independent young adults. Lakini watoto wenye wako shule, you can even buy them with love. You love them, you pay their school fees, unawapeleka, you become the father they never had, and things like that. Otherwise, he's very willing, and he says that there is no culture he doesn't respect. That is to say, if he gets a good woman, a wedding must go down. If he gets a good woman, dowry must be paid, because he is a responsible, hard-working man. If you're in business, the better. If you want to be trained business, he's the man for you. Feel free, and he will be in touch. I'll post his contact on my Facebook page at Jenga Njero, and please don't forget to follow me so that these updates, you'll be getting them in real time. Okay? And remember to subscribe to our YouTube channel. We are on the road to 100,000 subscribers. God bless you. See you next time. This is Jenga Njero. Bye.